Hi guys, welcome to my talk on breath flow. Before we get started, I'm going to show you this very useful piece of equipment here. It's a drinking straw. As you can see, mine is white. Any colour will do, really. Don't worry if you can't get a white one. You can do this without it, but this might be quite a useful tool for you initially. Breath is a very, very important part of our vocal production. We really wouldn't have a sound without it. What we're going to think about here is making sure we have sufficient breath flow, which is very often a problem for people. We can, of course, have too much, which would give us a very breathy sound, which could be a choice for some things, but so this is all about vocal efficiency and checking on that. So if you take your straw, have a little blow through it. Now you can feel already, just to kind of blow quite forcefully through this, you'll hopefully be aware of the kind of pressure we're creating there. A little bit of closure at the front. So that's quite hard work. I'm having to work quite hard to get that breath flow. Now, if we then pop it back in and begin to blow through it and then allow the voice to come on, you might find that quite difficult. So if we think breath first, voice second, maybe just give yourself a little assessment of how that feels before you move on. If that feels incredibly difficult to do, master that first. So go walk around with the straw in your mouth and sing through it for a bit before we move on. Just try and make that sound. So what we're looking for is for the breath not to stop when we start to produce the voice, if that makes sense. Once you've mastered that, we're going to just take that into some really, really simple patterns. All the time, keeping that breath flowing through. Let's try that one again. And let's bring that one down now. How did that feel? Hope it's good. Let's do it again. Now hopefully you're not only aware of all of that breath flowing throughout the straw, you should also feel quite aware of your tummy as well, because it should be working quite hard to pressurise that breath and get that working through for you. I'm actually sat on the floor at the moment because I'm in a hotel room, which is not ideal when you're doing this. However, do be careful if you're standing up and doing this, because it could make you feel lightheaded. If that happens, obviously sit down. I say obviously because sometimes in lessons I can kind of see people just starting to, go a little bit, but they're having so much fun, they don't want to sit down and stop. Anyway, keep going with the straw. If that feels like it's really working for you, or you feel like you haven't mastered that yet, keep that going. We're going to move on to some sounds now without the straw, but essentially the same thing. So we're going to try that same pattern we just did, and we're going to use one of our accenty sounds there. So we're going to do. So I've got that same awareness that I had with my straw. I'm really bringing that breath through. I've got that little bit of closure there at the front, so I'm very, very aware of my column of pressure. Let's try that from there together. I'm moving to here. And let's just take a moment to check in with how we're breathing in now. So we've got a little release on the top. We're breathing in before we start also, and we really want to check in with the tummy there, thinking back to our accent work and making sure that we're just doing that breath in by letting the tummy just go. Let it splat out. Let's try one from here. And last one. Fantastic. When you're doing these, I want you to be really aware of the kind of tickle of breath that we get at the front of the mouth. So moving on, we're going to take a wider interval now. Let's do you might notice I'm really connecting those together. I want that to feel as fluid as possible, almost like we're sliding through. Let's start that here. Moving up, back down, and one more. Fantastic. So with all of those sounds that we're making there, we're really, really aware of the volume of breath that's moving through the voice. We really want to keep that going. Let's just try one of those patterns with a more sung sound. I'm just checking in with, hopefully we're going to feel a little bit more aware of what we're doing with our breath. So we'll just do ooh, ooh. So nicely connected again, really, really aware of that breath. Let's start that here. Ooh, and ooh, 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 and ooh, 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 and ooh. Back down, ooh, and ooh, 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 and ooh, ooh, and one more, ooh, and ooh. Fantastic. Hopefully you felt very free and easy with the voice there on those last few. You might notice we're working with those within quite a small range, really kind of in the low middle area of the voice. We don't want to tax it too much there. I hope that was helpful. I'll see you again soon. Bye.